Alright guys, so I got the Sony A6500 right here, and I just wanted to go over the autofocus with this camera quick, so this way you have an idea of how to use it and what features are available. Now, if you look over here on the left, you can see that stands for AFS, which is single shot. So currently the autofocus is set to single shot mode, and then below that is the type of focus point I'm using, and in this case it looks like it's the flexible spot. So you also now can just touch and focus on the screen, and then when you hit the shutter button it'll automatically refocus for you. It doesn't unfortunately refocus automatically as far as I can tell, but doing it this way, when you press the shutter button, it just refocuses. So that's a really nice feature, and it's touch to focus pretty much. It works well. I've seen some complaints about this, but at the end of the day, it seems to work really good for me. By the way, the lens on the camera here is the FE 70-200 f2.8 GM lens, just so you know, so the depth of field is killer. Alright, so let me just go over a couple of these features. Right here on the right there's a function button, see that? So when you press that function button, it'll bring you into this area, and here you can change your settings, like your most common settings, and you can configure this to whatever you want. So in my case I'm just going to play with the focus modes. So first I want to show you this mode. This is the drive mode. So what that means is it's like how the camera is going to take the pictures. Is it going to take one photo at a time, or is it going to take multiple photos? See this? If you just select it by hitting, let me just hit the function. If you just navigate over to it, the touch does not work when you do this. So touching does not work. You still have to use the pad, the thumb pad on the right here. So that's how I'm navigating with this thumb pad. Right now you got high, middle, and low, and then high plus. I found the best luck I had was with high and the middle as far as having consecutive sharp shots. Now down here you got a self timer. You can change that, 2 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Great feature. And then you have a bunch of bracketing options. Right now I have it to single shooting mode though. That's what I wanted to show you. So let me hit the function here and go over here to the focus mode. So again, this is the drive mode all the way on the left. So if you're going to take one shot or take multiple shots or use the self timer, that's what the drive mode is. AFS is autofocus mode. Alright, so moving on here to focus mode, we have single shot AF, and that basically means that when you focus, it'll lock on, and then you can actually move the camera around and the focus won't change. See that? It stays locked on. So it's a single focus shot when you have the shutter pressed. So if you let go of the shutter, then you can recompose and focus again. See that? Like so. So let me go to the other modes here. We have A here, automatic AF. Now this is supposed to just know what you want and switch, but I haven't had good luck with that. So AFC is continuous autofocus. So let me select that and show you how that works. Now when I move the camera around, you can see it's focusing live. It just continues to focus as I move it around. See that? It's continuously autofocusing. So that's good for sports and tracking your subjects and things like that. You want to use continuous autofocus. That's what that mode is for. And then of course we have DMF, direct manual focus, and then manual focus. Manual focus is great for if you just want to turn the focus ring yourself and dial it in. You could then zoom in to your subject when you're manual focusing. If you select it, see how it automatically zooms in when you turn the focus ring, so you can really get it as accurate as possible. Works really well. So that's the different focus modes, okay? So I'm just going to go back to single shot here, and now I wanted to go to the focus area. Now in focus area you have all these different modes. You have center focus. You could see that'll just select the center of the camera. Wide uses the whole area, so it'll focus. You could see how the dots come up. It'll focus all over the place. And remember, at any point you can just touch the screen to change the focus point, and then hit the shutter button to refocus. So you can always touch the screen. And notice here how this little icon comes up with the X. You can X that or focus cancel, it says there, which is the center button. So you can just hit the center button and that'll cancel that spot focus effect. But I really like that feature. You just touch and then hit the shutter again, boom, and you're focused where you want to go. So you don't have to go in the menu and switch to spot focus, for example, flexible spot. You can just touch the screen. So that feature really is awesome, I think. So let me just cancel that by hitting the circle here. And go back to function. Now focus area, you can go to zone, And you can change the zones around. See that? You could move the zone. You can move it up, move it down. This works good if you're trying to compose your image in a certain general way. I use this feature all the time. Just going to go back to function. That zone mode works great. Center focus, it just stays in the center. You can see it there lighting up green. And it won't move from the center, but you can override it again by touching the screen. Go here and go to continuous. So let's go to function, focus area. So lock on AF expandable flexible spot. Wide, zone, center, flexible spot. Alright, so I'm just going to click on the train. Something like that. And now the focus should stay on that as I track. And you can see the green dots. See how they're trying to track the train? It's doing a pretty good job. So that's what that feature does. That's the lock on AF flexible spot. And you have to be in continuous autofocus mode for these features. Same with expand flexible spot. You can see it's keeping the flexible spot just in the area that the focus point is. So it's not expanding like the other one. But it works quite well. Alright, so just a couple other things I wanted to show you here is if you hit the menu button and you go in here to the first tab, notice how it says 1 camera, and then AF1, which is actually screen 5 over here, 5 of 14. But anyway, I just wanted to show you here, you can actually change the priority set in AFS mode to release AF balanced emphasis. So there's a couple of features there that you could play around with if you're not having the best results, and you could do the same thing with AFC. Alright, so I wanted to make you aware of that. You just hit menu to go back, and you could also change your focus settings in here. Lock on AF, you can turn that feature on like so, and then you could basically hit the center button and it'll lock on to the nearest subject, and you can see how it created a box. There's like a white box there, see that? It's trying to lock on to whatever it locked onto, but that's center lock AF. It's just another feature. Again, I don't ever use it, to be honest, but it's a cool feature here. You can see center lock on AF. I'm just going to turn that back off. Alright, now if you keep scrolling to the right, you got more features. AF with shutter on, pre-AF on. You can save a little battery life by turning this feature off here. AF auto clear, I'll have that set to off. Display continuous AF area, that's like those green dots, so they light up as it goes. I have that on. And then you got exposure modes, things like that. But I wanted to keep going over here and show you how there's a couple of focus options for video. Focus magnifier, that's for when you're using manual focus. You can zoom in and magnify. Works great. Smile face detect, I have that turned on, and I have it set to faces. You can see right here, face detection. That's an awesome feature, and it really helps assist the autofocus system when you're shooting, children and kids and stuff and whatever people. It takes the faces and it prioritizes those, and it focuses much quicker in that regard. Now, if you go here, notice how it says movie. See that? So there's a couple of options here. Look at the AF drive speed. You see that option? And you can change that to slow, normal, and fast. So basically what that is how fast the focus will transition from one focus point to another while recording video. And I played with this a little bit earlier, and you can see how much quicker and how much slower the focus transitions are. It's a great effect, great feature, and I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. And then you got AF track sensitivity. I have it set to responsive. You can have that on standard. Okay. I'll just put it back to standard, but I have it on responsive. I was just playing around with it. Alright, I forgot to mention this toggle button on the back here. It's if you have it in the AF/MF mode, when you press this button, it'll switch the camera to manual focus, for example. And if you hold the button down, it'll just maintain manual focus for you while you take the shot. Great little feature. And then if you toggle it the other way, it's auto exposure lock. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you how quick the focus is on this camera and lens combo. So I have it set to f2.8. I'm using center focus point, center focus mode. You can see over here on the left, that's the center focus mode. And I'm just going from the train to the background. You can see it works quite good. I got a camera over here. Alrighty. Alright guys, so I'm just going to track the train here, and I just wanted to show you how I'm going to set the camera up. So this is going to be a moving subject. So I'm going to go to my function menu. I'm going to go to focus mode, and I'm going to change it to continuous. Alright, because this is going to be a moving subject. Now I'm also going to use center focus area. I could use a flexible spot area if I wanted to, but I'm just going to try center focus and see how that works first. Alright, and if I want to take pictures, I have it set to medium drive speed. See that? So it'll take photos pretty quick. So let's see how this works, alright? I start the train. Alright. Looks like it's doing a really good job. The train's coming closer and closer and closer. It's at 200mm also. It's done a really good job. Yeah, it switches right back. Look at that. It's working good. Snappy. Oh, it's picking it up in the back. Alright, so as you can see, this is working extremely good. Take a few photos. Notice the focus switches right back. And then the train's going to be coming through here again. Here it comes. And look at that. It's locked right back on. So as you can see, the tracking is quite good on the Sony A6500 on this lab train scene. And it's a really small train, you know, so the depth of field is super narrow. And, you know, that's just impressive. That's impressive to be able to track at that depth of field at minimum focus distance as well, pretty much, when the train's coming by. So, very impressive stuff, guys, in my opinion. And that's pretty much it with the focus modes that I wanted to show you guys. So, again, I really hope that helps out with you. This is a pretty short video. I just wanted to go over some of these focus modes because it can be complicated, especially if you're new to the camera and things like that. So, alright guys, you have a good day. Thank you.